Last night on Dynamite, AEW had the second of apparently 3 back-to-back-to-back debuts or returns for the company that will impact the very future of All Elite Wrestling. And of course, we saw Will Ospreay come back to AEW. He is now full-time with the company. And at Revolution, he wrestled the match of the night against Konosuke Takeshita. With that said, last night, the Young Bucks came out and did what they had to do. They started garnering heat from the crowd. They started boasting about their EVP status. They fired Hangman Adam Page from the Elite, as well as the cleaner himself, Kenny Omega. Which of course sets them both up to make their return, Omega more than Page, and eventually confront the Young Bucks and confront this brand new iteration of the Elite. But lo and behold, as soon as the Young Bucks start talking about the tag team titles, and they start talking about firing Kenny Omega, who is currently out with an illness, which is why he hasn't been appearing on AEW TV. But obviously, again, this is storytelling-wise, storyline-wise. The Continental Crown Champion, AEW Continental Champion, Ring of Honor World Champion, New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion, Eddie Kingston, the man who beat the respect out of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, at Revolution, comes out to confront the Young Bucks, and they're not gonna go at it in terms of the mic. You already know how Eddie Kingston is. He's not gonna go one-on-one on the mic. No, he's gonna throw punches first and worry about the consequences later. And there were consequences. There were consequences because the Young Bucks low-blowed him, got the upper hand on him, and it seemed like that was it. It seemed like they were about to hit the EVP trigger on Kingston himself. And then we hear the coin flip or the coin drop, whatever that noise is, whatever you want to call it. But we see the return of Okada to AEW, the debut of full-time AEW superstar Kazuchika Okada with All Elite Wrestling. And again, a little bit off on the timing in terms of the turn, but hey, it's live TV, it happens. And now Okada has joined the Elite, replacing Kenny Omega, replacing Hangman Adam Page, setting up future feuds, future rivalries. And once Kenny Omega comes back, I am fully trusting in AEW Creative. Please pair him up as soon as possible with Okada and give us that match at Double or Nothing, or give us that match in London. Give us that match at All In London. Again, it all depends on when Kenny Omega makes his return. But setting Okada up as a heel, joining the Elite, that's pretty damn effective because, again, the Young Bucks are pretty damn effective on the mic. I haven't heard too much of Okada in English on the microphone, so that kind of hopefully protects him amongst the casual viewer, which AEW has quite a few of. Not that much, but still, you gotta gain the casual viewer. And if you want to gain the casual viewer, give us Okada, give us Omega, let them loose. And let the hardcore wrestling fans out there inform the casual fan base out there of what these two did in New Japan Pro Wrestling and what these two can do now in All Elite Wrestling. So again, I loved the fact that Kazuchika Okada showed up in AEW and immediately caused an impact on TV, on storylines. And he looked like a big deal because, in fact, he is a very big deal. He is a very big get for AEW. And they have to keep doing that. Don't have him wrestle every single week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. Don't give him throwaway matches on Dynamite, on Rampage, on Collision. Do not do that. Give him the MJF treatment. Because MJF pretty much only appeared on Dynamite. He pretty much only wrestled on pay-per-views. That's how you make a star feel important amongst the pro wrestling fans and the casual viewers. As simple as that. And again, nothing against Eddie Kingston, nothing against the Continental Crown. Both of those factors, both of those elements should be, again, no disrespect, below Okada's status. Okada should be going after the world champion Samoa Joe, or in the most high-profile, one of the most high-profile feuds, profile programs, high-profile rivalries in AEW, facing off against Kenny Omega. As simple as that. Do with Okada what you refused to do with Adam Copeland, because Adam Copeland asked, he requested the schedule he's on right now. But you've got to start making these people, these superstars, feel like a bigger deal, because they are a bigger deal. And again, I love the very first instance, the very first presentation of Okada with AEW. Hopefully, they're able to continue to do so. But again, those are just my thoughts on what transpired last night, live on Wednesday Night Dynamite. Again, they're scheduled for an appearance this Saturday night on Collision to try and explain stuff, I'm hoping, and then that's it. Do not have them wrestle. Do not have Okada wrestle against Kingston. None of that. He's a big get. He's a big superstar. Treat him as such. And watch the results come in. As simple as that. That's good business, in my opinion. But again, those are my thoughts. Leave yours and predictions, everything you thought about last night, in the comments section below. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.